Here we are. For real this time. Okay. Welcome to the inaugural episode of, the Otaku and the Anglophile, as we've called it, because that's basically what we are. We're playing a really, really old game, and I don't know if we really know how to play this, so this is going to be an adventure, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know how to play it.
I have a vague idea. So this is Doctor Who and the Warlord. Or just the Warlord and Adventure. This is not the very first Doctor Who game that was ever created, but the second. The first one was called The First Adventure. I think it was actually like an adventure game. Like, you actually had to move about and stuff, unlike this, which is a text adventure. Which I've never actually played. I've played one. I've played one before, and that was a modern version. But I don't think you've played any.
I know.
This game was made before our parents were married.
Yes, before we came to existence.
This game is 30 years old this year. Wow. That's
pretty old.
But we are apparently adventuring around space-time with our friend Tim Trevel.
Good old Tim.
He's the youngest member of the Time Navigators Guild, having recently inherited a time machine from his uncle. It's called the Cubix because it looks like from the outside like an enormous blue cube.
Sounds suspiciously like a TARDIS.
Ironically, yeah. We're setting out for the planet Quantain, where we visit Tim's friend King Varangar, who has a spot of trouble on his hands.
A spot of trouble.
A spot of trouble. So that means that we're going to have to figure out what that trouble is and solve it post-haste. What? It's called the Otaku and the Anglophile because Molly's an Anglophile and I'm an Otaku. I'm Cal, by the way. I host the Link to the Beach show, and my sister sometimes helps us out doing stuff.
That I do. She
likes a lot of English stuff. I do too, actually. I'm a big fan of Doctor Who and a lot of other British stuff. It's just that I'm more otaku than she is because she doesn't watch any anime, I don't think.
No, I haven't watched any anime. I'm full Anglophile. I'm sorry.
She's gone full Anglophile, everyone.
Yeah. Heart broke when Benedict Cumberbatch got engaged.
Yeah, I know. So was I.
I'm sorry.
You arrive on Quantain in 2743, just as a century-old war is nearly over. Well, that's just what the Doctor does, always floats in at the last moment and claims all the glory for himself. You and Tim emerge from the Cubix to find deep mist all around. Moving north and west, you stumble across one of the last battles of the Long War. Tim seems convinced that King Varangar is in deadly danger and presses on. In the confusion, you are separated from Tim Trevel. Oh. Some heavy object hits you in the back of the head. Your last memory as you pass out is the shouts of Varangar, and the answering cries of the Warlord.
Sounds like something from Redwall.
It does, kind of. You wake up to find that you are in a field near a tall tree. One sun is rising, the other is setting. Well, that's ironic. Kind of pointless, too. To the north and west of you, very distantly. Is that a word?
Maybe. Maybe in Britain it is.
It is the sound of fighting, but morning mist obscures the view south and east. There is no sign of Tim Trevel. In your back pocket, you find a two-way radio.
Well, how convenient.
Okay, so this is how you do text adventures. You type commands in, but especially old ones are extremely notorious for being extremely finicky about the terms you use. I'm going to try to use radio. Let's see if this works.
It's switched off. Well. Turn radio on?
Let's try turn radio on.
What do you want to do with the radio?
Turn on.
Please be more explicit.
I don't know if I want to be more explicit on that front.
Turn that on. Speak into the radio?
How would British people say it?
Do it with an accent.
Do it with an accent.
Maybe switch on? Switch on what? Radio, right.
Okay.
Speak into
Let's try using radio now.
You hear nothing but hissing static.
Well, that was helpful, wasn't it?
Okay, so can you walk towards what was the
yeah, I don't know.
Can you go up? Yeah.
Let's see. No, apparently not.
Oh darn, we have to remember all that.
I guess.
Well, walk
Aye.
walk towards the mist maybe?
Let's try.
Oh, you went up there.
Okay.
Okay.
Walk.
But walk maybe. What?
Okay, I don't know what that means. Let's go west.
You are at the edge of a vast and bloody battlefield. Everywhere there are dead and dying. To the west there is nothing but radioactive desert. But to the south you can see a strangely shaped hill rising out of the marshland.
Okay, well, going west sounds extremely dangerous.
Let's do it.
Let's see. Let's go south then.
You are standing on what appears to be the lowest part of an enormous steel ramp, which rises to the south. A short ladder leads down to the east into the marshland fog. Well, I assume we should go east, since they're sort of pushing us in that direction.
Right, I can't tell, though. You go up the steel ramp, but that risks people being there and immediately killing you. Or go into the marsh, where you could easily die because it's a marsh.
I feel like, didn't they say that the strangely shaped hill is out of the marsh? Maybe that's where we're supposed to go.
Okay.
Go east. You are in deep mist. You can barely see your hand in front of you, and damp ground slopes down to the south.
Let's go north. I don't know why.
You are back near the tall tree where you started. Great.
I didn't mean to go that far north, Doctor. Okay, let's go south.
Go south, okay. You are in deep mist. You can barely see the hand in front of you. So go west then? Yeah. You're in deep mist. You can barely see the hand. Go east. No, I'm kidding. I'll take us back where we were. Fog swirls around you. The ground underfoot is now very marshy, and you start to sink in.
Let's go north. You extricate yourself from the marsh just in time. Oof. We are in a deep mist. You can barely see the hand in front of you. The damp ground slopes down to the south.
Okay, so going in every direction doesn't work.
Okay, let's go east.
You're in deep mist?
Go east again.
You're still in deep mist.
Go north.
You appear to be in a plowed field with deep furrows underfoot. It is rather misty around here. Nearby there's a haystack. Look at haystack. That's not much help.
There we go.
You appear to be in a plowed...
That doesn't help.
Maybe just a haystack?
Haystack.
What do you want to do with the haystack?
Look.
Search, maybe?
Search?
In the haystack, you discover a silver button marked with the head of the king. It's probably his button?
Button.
What do you want to do with the button?
Eat.
Look at that'll do you.
I'm good at planning.
I'm sassy. Look at that'll do you.
This is a very British game, isn't it?
What would be keep button?
I assume we're keeping the button.
Keep butto.
It'd help if I actually spelled it right.
What do you want to do with the button?
What?
Keep, you have to write the whole thing. It's a keep button. Oh. What else could you throw button? Throw you. What?
Apparently, it's not quite getting my deep-seated hatred of the program.
Let's see. So we have a button with the king's face on it. What else another way to say they want to keep the button?
I think we are keeping the button because we've got it and it's in our inventory. And we'll find out what we're going to do with this button on the next episode of the Otaku and the Anglophile. So, stay tuned. What will be for you a much longer wait than for us.
Be smart, kids.
Don't do drugs.